These players are made for moments like this. High drive, way back, an absolute bomb out of here. Harper, another drive. How far will it fly? Schwarber and Harper do it again.
We know what's ahead of us. We got to go out and play our best game in Game 6.
You know it is going to be rocking at Citizens Bank Park.
What a scene it is! Citizens Bank Park, Bedlam is back. And the 2023 National League Championship Series is presented by Loan Depot. We have arrived to a Game 6, the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Philadelphia Phillies, with the Phillies up 3-2. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Jeff Francoeur and Ron Darling. We'll hear from Matt Weiner in just a moment. What a day of baseball we have in front of us. 3 of the 4 teams are in win-or-go-home mode. The Phillies are not. They're the ones in control of this series right now, Jeff. They're back on their home field. And to borrow an old hockey term from this town, they have been the Broad Street Bullies.
I'll tell you what, for the Phillies, they're home exactly where they want to be, guys. 6-0 here at Citizens Bank this postseason. 17 home runs in those 6 games here. And you see the run differential throughout the postseason, but more importantly, look at the bottom. They got the longest tenured Philly, their second ace, Aaron Nola, 3-0 all postseason at home. Ronnie, how do the Diamondbacks force a game tomorrow night?
Frenchie, they have to finally embrace the chaos. They've had some great performances from Marte, from Marino, from Thomas with the big home run, but there's 2 players in particular I would like to see embrace that chaos tonight. First one would be Corbin Carroll. Yes, he had a great NLDS. He struggled a little here in the LCS, but more importantly, he's been on first base 38 pitches, has not attempted to steal. He needs to do that after 56 this past season. And Christian Walker, who had 39 2-out RBIs this year, he's got to match the thunder of the Phillies. 30 and 100 this year. They need something like that tonight.
Let's get pregame vibe from both managers. We start with the Diamondbacks skipper in this hostile environment, Torey Lovullo, standing by with Matt Weiner. Matt?
All right, B.A., thank you very much. Facing elimination, what's more important tonight, keeping them in the ballpark or getting some points up on the board yourselves early?
I think a combination of both things. Look, it's we know we're faced up with, right? An intense crowd, you got to love it. You can't ask for anything more than this. We just got to maintain our competitive focus and see where that takes us through the course of the night. I want us to enjoy it. It's a great moment for this organization.
Good luck tonight.
Thanks so much.
All right, B.A., back up to you.
Backs up against the wall, Torey Lovullo in an elimination game with his Diamondbacks. Aaron Nola, Merrill Kelly, Game 2 rematch. We'll hear from Rob Thompson. Lineups, first pitch. It's coming up next. Game 6 on TBS.
CS here in Philadelphia, exactly where manager Rob Thompson wants to be. You guys are 5-0 in elimination games the last 2 postseasons. What is top of mind tonight if you're going to make that number 6-0?
Well, we got to pitch well, and we got one of our aces out there in Aaron Nola. And we got to do a good job on Merrill Kelly, too. He pitched pretty good over here the last time out. We finally got to him in the 6th inning. We just got to put a complete game in.
Appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, B.A.
Thank you, Matt, and thanks to both managers for their words of wisdom prior to first pitch here in game number 6. And a big game pitcher in this postseason run, and a guy who was on the mound in an elimination game last year and this year already. It's Aaron Nola.
I know, it's already his 4th start in the postseason. The Phillies have won all of his starts. So has Nola. He is pitching his best baseball of his career, and they have won his last 8 starts here at Citizens Bank Park.
Let's check that Arizona Diamondbacks batting order. Corbin Carroll leads off once again. Ketel Marte hits second. Gabby Moreno, the 23-year-old, in the 3-hole. In the middle, it's Walker, Pham, and Gurriel. Pham finds his way back in the lineup. Alec Thomas, who's homered in the last 2 games. Then Longoria, then Perdomo, who homered here against Zach Wheeler. That's the starting 9 for the Diamondbacks. Frenchie, how about the Phillies defensively?
Well, no secret, Rob Thompson going with what got him here. JT Realmuto behind the plate, the Gold Glover, Bohm, Turner, Stott, and of course Bryce Harper over at first base. And then the outfield, Brandon Marsh in left field. Moving around the young rookie Johan Rojas with some great plays this series in center field. And Nick Castellanos in right field to finish out this defense for the Phillies.
6-man umpiring crew, and calling the balls and strikes is Trip Gibson. Andy Fletcher over at first base. Carlos Torres at second base. Each of those 2 in their first championship series. There's the crew chief, Dan Isonia. Mike Malinsky is in left field, and Lance Barksdale, who was excellent behind the plate in game 5. He's down in the right field corner. The bank is open for business, and the last 2 years this has been one of the toughest places for opponents to come play. And the Arizona Diamondbacks were 0 for 2 in their 2 tries in games 1 and 2. All the pieces in place. We're ready to play ball. Game 6 of the National League Championship Series. Diamondbacks hoping to force a game 7. The Phillies 1 win away from back-to-back World Series. And that one misses up and away, and off we go. Carroll just 2 for 18 in this series, which makes him 2 for his last 22. And Ron, he was on your marker for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're going to need production, and if they can get it, they're going to need early production to try to quiet down this crowd as best they can.
The Phillies starting pitching in the postseason has not given up 1 run to the opposition so far in the first.
Phillies pitching staff has been just as dominant as their offense. And Nola and Wheeler right at the top of that list. They are combined 6-0. As good of a 1-2 tandem as there is. That's how game 6 begins. A strikeout for Nola.
It's one of his best pitches. It's a pitch he throws right at the left-hander's hip, comes back over the plate, and the umpire stays with it. Trip Gibson. Lots of movement on that 2-seamer.
One away. Here is Ketel Marte. Marte has been one of the few Diamondbacks that have been racking up hits in this LCS, Frenchie. 9 for 20 thus far. Had the walk-off in game 3. He's been a major weapon for them. If his teammates can do the same, they're in good shape.
One opportunity with runners in scoring position. He hit the walk-off in game 3.
Marte slices one down the left field line and foul.
And digging deeper, guys, to what you talked about, Ronnie, take a look at this and how good the Phillies starting rotation has been. First through 5 innings, no home runs, 2 runs, 135, and then they ramp it up. The big concern tonight, and that's what we've kind of talked about as you look at this game, Arizona's got to be able to score a few early So Merrill Kelly doesn't feel like he's got to be perfect.
And make this crowd a little nervous.
Yeah.
And for the Phillies, just the opposite. They want this crowd roaring. And the Phillies have struck first quite often in their home games.
Oh, well.
Nola's feeling it tonight. 95 miles an hour early. He'll sit 92 to 94.
Back-to-back Ks for Aaron Nola. The big curveball that time.
The thing about Nola is we always talk in the sense that he's got this knuckle curve. Well, that knuckle curve is like 3 or 4 different pitches. He throws it at three or four different angles, and also the speed will change. And that one he was out in front.
That's the one to put you away. You saw one to Corbin Carroll just to get me over, kind of backdoor. He's able to do both of those so well.
Here is Gabriel Moreno, talented young catcher. First one's in there, the comeback sinker. Moreno has hit in the last 4 games of this championship series. He is 5 for 18. That includes a double, and he had the game-winning RBI in Game 4. That came in the 8th inning.
You know, in a game that is dictated by power from the mound, you get power and finesse and precision with Nola when he's at his best.
Now you think about this season, guys. Nola's been over 2 points and his ERA better here in Philadelphia. Now you're able to have all his starts so far, his 4th one, at home with this crowd. And look, I know he doesn't show a lot of emotion. You can't even get a smile out of Nola on the mound, but he uses that adrenaline and channels it. He loves pitching here.
He's been in a 1-2 count to all 3 hitters, and he's got a chance to strike out the side. Moreno fouls it away, stays 1-2.
I mean, his standing heart rate in this series has been about 50 for Moreno. Just remarkable considering his age and experience.
23-year-old catcher, the 30-year-old Nola. And another 1-2.
Hold up.
Picking on that edge. Moreno with a good take. To your point, Ronnie, this is a young player who has emerged as a star, and he's got a little bit of that star quality, taking pitches like that.
Star quality, 3 home runs in the post, all coming with 2 strikes.
Yeah. That's why he's hitting 3rd.
Never hit 3rd in his career until Game 2 of the championship series. And he lays off. And now 3 balls and 2 strikes.
So he's seen everything from Nola in this at-bat. So Nola taking some time because he's trying to figure out what's his recourse for the 3-2 pitch.
This will be pitch number 7. 2 outs in the first. Here he comes. Spoils another one. He'll see at least 8 pitches. Torey Lovullo told us he thought his team has done a good job early in games, working counts, getting deep into counts, battling at the plate, but it's really those 2nd and 3rd time through the batting order they've been a little out of their aggressiveness. That's a base hit back up the middle as Moreno with a 2-out single just reaches down and hammers that curveball up the middle. It wasn't even a strike.
Well, and that's the thing. They were only 1 for 12 off that curveball last time they faced Nola. And there's a knock. But you know what? Torey Lovullo told us you have some guys that aren't scared to hit with 2 strikes. They're just as comfortable in the box at 1-2 as they are in 2-0. And that's what you're seeing from him. There's no panic in any of those swings. It's a great young player.
That curveball, postseason, hitters only 3 for 25, 3 singles. Now 4.
Here is Christian Walker. Big swing and a miss. Walker, been a frustrating NLCS for him. Has just the 1 home run in this postseason. That has not happened in the NLCS. Just 2 for 17 right now. Has 8 strikeouts. He does have 4 walks. But this is the big power bat in the Arizona lineup. Phillies have done a masterful job controlling him, and with that high fastball, that's been the pitch.
Well, that's the hard thing when you're late on that fastball, and he knows it right now. What do? You get started early sometimes, and that's where guys like Nola, Wheeler, the great breaking stuff, you're stuck in between, and it's just a tough spot, and that's where he is right now.
Every hitter Nola has faced thus far, he's been in an 0-2 or a 1-2 count. And down he goes. Nola puts a 0 on the board in the first with 3 Ks.
That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good
Start of this NLCS, be his 3rd start of the postseason. He has been heavily relied upon all season long, Ronnie, and now the Diamondbacks ask him to carry it to a Game 7.
You know what's interesting? If you ask the Philadelphia Phillies hitters, they believe Merrill Kelly really gave them an unbelievable effort in that first game. He gave up 4 runs in 5 2/3, but he pitched much better than that. Problem, 3 hits he only allowed, all 3 were home runs.
Kyle Schwarber steps in, always got to watch that first pitch. Schwarber takes a ball inside. Schwarber had a first pitch home run in Game 1 of this NLCS, and he has hit 4 more in this NLCS, 5 total. He was a beast in the NLCS last year against San Diego, and he has done it again in the 2023 NLCS. Looks like Gabby Moreno needs a new transmitter. The keypad on his PitchCom system needed to be replaced. A little Velcro piece right there on the shin guard.
Try it out. Okay, knuckleball. Okay, it works. Boom.
2-0, you better be careful.
Oh, and it's 3-0.
I don't know if I remember a hitter, even when he's struggling, which is very often, who's more relaxed before the first pitch is thrown.
And he walks on 4 consecutive pitches. Schwarber's power threat. Kelly doesn't come close. And a lead man on here for Trey Turner. Harper will follow. In the middle for Rob Thompson, it's Alec Bohm, Bryson Stott, JT Realmuto, and the bottom three, Nick Castellanos, Brandon Marsh, and Johan Rojas. Very familiar starting nine for the Phillies. Kelly to Turner, and there's strike one. Turner had a first inning home run in game 2 against Merrill Kelly.
Remember, it was a pitch up and in the strike zone.
And that one's in the air to left field. On the run is Gurriel, feeling for the wall. He's got it. Schwarber tags, then stops. Turner just missed it a click on the bat for out number 1.
Well, in catching Merrill Kelly, the young rookie Gabriel Moreno, and there Longoria at third, Perdomo at short, Ketel Marte at second, Christian Walker over at first in the outfield, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. left. Alec Thomas, 4 home runs, guys. Postseason record for the Diamondbacks. And Corbin Carroll, of course, the rookie of the year in right field.
3 gazelles in the Diamondbacks outfield. Here's Bryce Harper. Harper with a mighty lash at it. He's hit 5 home runs as well. Schwarber, Harper, Castellanos, all with 5 home runs this postseason. 2 of those for Harper coming in this NLCS. And he had a long home run, a 444-foot home run in game 5. Harper just changes the game in so many ways, including with his legs. He stole home on the back end of a double steal in game 5. First Philadelphia Philly to ever do that in a postseason game. Think about all this power the Phillies have. They took advantage with the running game in the first inning in Arizona in game 5.
Okay, guys, didn't you do a division series game the same time as this game that shadows came into play?
Yeah, the 507 in game 3 we talked about with Bryce Elder, Aaron Nola matched up. No hard hit balls. The difference now is, though, because we're getting closer to daylight savings, there's no shadow anymore.
Yeah.
And when I mean the shadow, it was the center field where the bushes are. The first 2 innings in that game to about 6 o'clock, that sun was right on it.
And the batter's eye was lit up.
And
now the
right
sun,
there, you see, it's not lit up.
Hitters count for Harper, 3-1. Dangerous count for Merrill Kelly to be in. And Harper lays off. Well, looks like Merrill Kelly has a game plan early. Schwarber and Harper both walk. 2 men aboard here in the first inning with 1 out, and here comes Brent Strom.
I mean, it looks like to me he's just being overly careful with those 2 guys who are red hot. Bohm, we've talked about it before, has not had a great series. Now listen, you don't want to walk 2 hitters to put Bohm up and put you in a bad situation, but it's better than going after those hitters right now, how locked in they are.
I think at the end of the day, you can tell yourself, Ronnie, if Bohm hits a 3-run homer right here, you can live with yourself a little more than if you keep giving up home runs to Schwarber and Harper.
I'm Jay, and this is my home. My first big purchase with help from Loan Depot. To find out what Loan Depot can do for you, call 844-752-LOAN or visit loandepot.com.
You know, Brian, the whole key here is that with the cutter or Merrill, he can get Bohm on the ground unless Bohm decides to go to the big part of the field and right field. He's got tremendous power that way.
2 men aboard, Schwarber and Harper. 1 out in the inning. Kelly looking for the ground ball. Bohm looking to do some damage, and he's on the first pitch. A fly ball to right, slicing, and that'll end up in the seats. And just in case you want to start talking about Merrill Kelly and his command, so the Schwarber walk, the first leadoff 4-pitch walk of his career, Merrill Kelly. It's just the 3rd time he's walked 2 batters in the first inning all year. Feels like it was by design.
Oh, absolutely.
The 0-1.
I'll tell you this, you go back to the first pitch to Turner, sinker right over the plate. First pitch to Bohm, sinker right over the plate. So he's got a feel for it.
So if you decided not to challenge Schwarber and Harper, you got to get the rest of the 7 out.
Yeah.
Phillies threatening this first inning. Kelly to Bohm, and a swing and a miss. There's that slider. It's a good one. And like Aaron Nola with his curveball, Merrill Kelly can change the shape and the velocity of that breaking ball as well.
He's got a great innate ability to spin the balls. Baseball also has a good changeup.
Here's a 1-2, and right there, a called strike 3 burns off that down and in corner. And Bohm is retired. First strikeout for Merrill Kelly. It's a backwards K.
Well, what a great setup. You go away with soft stuff, and then you come here and dot it at 94. And I think watching that, guys, we have our answer. Schwarber and Harper, we're not getting pitched to.
So all of a sudden he has precise control. Right?
Exactly.
Brent Strom with a pump of the fist. Brent Strom has played such a vital role with this staff. Bryson Stott with 2 away. Kelly misses upstairs.
You know, Brian and Frenchie, Stott had some real good at-bats in Game 5. An RBI hit, also had a 2-strike hit to left field.
Yep.
Both his strengths.
He's had 4 hits in this NLCS. 2 in 2 different games. Game 2 and Game 5. As Kelly puts one right down the heart. Count evens at 1-1. Stott had an RBI single in Game 5. Slapped one to the opposite field. Phillies with 2 aboard. And a big swing and a miss from Stott.
Well, if you think back, BA, to Game 1 of the NLDS against Strider, the Phillies got their scoring started off how? Stott poked one to left field with 2 strikes. That's when he's at his best, when he's going the other way.
I know we've said this a few times in this series, but 82 2-strike hits in the regular season. Best in baseball, tied with Bobby Witt Jr.
Had a career year at the plate, did Stott. Looked like he was trying to shoot one to the opposite field. He fouls it away. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Stott had a grand slam in the wild card series. That was in a clinching game. Game 2 in a sweep of the Marlins for the Phillies. Phillies then knocked the Braves out, their division rival, in 4 games. The 1-2. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now, Stott's got to trust himself that with Kelly, doesn't have the velocity to beat you. So you got to believe I can foul off the sinkers all day long until I get a pitch that I can handle.
First inning opportunity for the Phillies, and Stott gets jammed. Little pop up. Perdomo is calling. The shortstop makes the catch, and Merrill Kelly, the game plan revealing itself early. Works around Schwarber and Harper, puts up a 0 on the board. Nola back on the mound.
Add peanuts to my grocery list.
What a setting here. Citizens Bank Park. Sun setting on this Monday night. What a day of baseball ahead of us as well. Game 7, Astros Rangers after us on Fox.
Ball in.
Aaron Nola back to work. Faces Tommy Pham. It'll be Gurriel to follow, then Alek Thomas. Nola struck out 3 in the first inning. Did give up a 2-out single. Struck out Walker to win the inning, and a swing and a foul by Pham.
I'm sure Tommy Pham was none too happy about not being in the lineup in Game 5, but he plays well with the chip on his shoulder.
Yeah. Torey Lovullo said as much. He said that was an uncomfortable conversation, telling him that Pavin Smith was going to get the start for Game 5, but Pham is back in there for Game 6 tonight. Nola burns one off the edge. A changeup that time in that same slot as that comeback sinker as well.
Same tunnel, 10 miles an hour difference, 8 to 10.
He looks dialed in right now in the early going. There's Pavin Smith, who did some damage off the bench. Goes back out there with a fastball. Pham has an impeccable eye, and you know he is eager to get going at the plate. 1 for 13 in this NLCS thus far. Swung the bat well in the first 2 rounds. And Pham sends one deep into left field, and that one's gonna fly. Tommy Pham, welcome back to the lineup. Running around those bases with some anger. 1-0 Diamondbacks, and a silencer here in this second inning.
Well, Ronnie, up until this point, Aaron Nola had only given up 4 singles on that curveball. This one right here after the fastball away just kind of spins. Doesn't have that bite. And like you said, that's a mad Tommy Pham up there right now. 108 off the bat, 406 feet.
Most important part of that home run is how quiet he got in here, at least for now.
As quiet as we've heard it. Phillies are 6-0 in this ballpark. They have rarely trailed here. They have had the hammer down in just about every individual inning they've played here during this postseason run, and going back to last year's postseason run as well. Lourdes Gurriel. Back to the swing of Tommy Pham. Had that sound to it.
Yeah, Nola knew it. You could tell right away. Like I said, that ball just kind of spun out of his hand and never had that downward movement.
That ball's hit well into left field. That one is way back there, and Gurriel goes deep. Back-to-back home runs for the Diamondbacks. The Snakes are alive here in this second inning. Gurriel with his second home run of this postseason. And it's 2-0 Arizona.
Now go back to Game 5, guys. Gurriel had some big league at bats in Game 4 and 5. Was hitting the ball hard up the middle the other way. Here he gets a 1-1 sinker. Look at that moss.
Got the best hair going in the postseason. Here's Alek Thomas now. Thomas has been on a home run binge himself as the D-backs go back-to-back.
Tried to get that sinker coming in and left it out over the plate. 403.
Gurriel with his 5th hit of this LCS. Now 3 RBIs.
You know, guys, Nola had one of his highest ERAs this year, and he pitched well. But the games he didn't pitch well, the home run ball got him. 32 home runs this year is the most he's given up in his career.
Ball in.
Well, if the Diamondbacks do come back and win this series, you'll be able to look at Alek Thomas as one of the biggest moments of this series. Game 4, hit a pinch hit 2-run game-tying home run in the 8th inning. And now Thomas draws the walk. So the speedster is on, and the first 3 batters have reached as we send it down to Matt Weiner.
LBA, you've seen power and you've seen patience from the Diamondbacks, and that's something hitting coaches on both sides are preaching. Joe Mather of Arizona acknowledged that when Aaron Nola is locating his curveball and his changeup in particular, it could be a long night, but he wanted to let them feel out the at-bats, see if he can throw those pitches for strikes, see what happens, and obviously it's paid off. Kevin Long on the other side said the same thing about Merrill Kelly, pointing out his team only chased balls out of the strike zone 10 times in Game 2 against Kelly. That's a 20% chase rate, way below his usual rate. So both sides willing to wait out these at-bats tonight.
One of the things I remember about the postseason was that when you go out there for the first inning, you are so pumped, and the adrenaline rush that you get, and we saw Nola just pounding the strike zone. Just the opposite when you go out there for the second inning. It's like all the air has been let out of the balloon, and sometimes you got to fight that. Just miss with a couple pitches.
And interesting enough, now only 1 stolen base for the Diamondbacks, and you said on the open, where's the chaos been? Now this is an opportunity here to me that you can try to get yourself in scoring position, keep the pressure going on the Phillies if you're the Diamondbacks.
Thomas can fly. Here is Evan Longoria. Long pause by Nola, and that ball's ripped into the gap left center field. That's going to get down and to the wall. Thomas racing around the bags. He'll be sent home, and Thomas will score. Evan Longoria an ambush. It's an RBI double, and it's 3-0 Diamondbacks.
Well, he'd been waiting for that moment for Evan Longoria this whole series. He's got beat with a lot of fastballs, and you get a mound meeting like that, he wants to get ahead, and a veteran hitter like this was ready, and he got a first pitch fastball and drove it to left center. And we go back to that graphic we showed you in the first inning, guys. 0 home runs through innings 1 through 5 this whole series. Now all of a sudden 2 home runs and a double.
And they have quieted down this big crowd. Perdomo shows bunt. Foul ball.
I like all of this. When you think of this ballpark, it's nice to get out to this lead, but keep pushing the envelope. This isn't a win 3-1 kind of ballpark.
No, you're right.
And that Philadelphia team has so much thunder. Just try to keep the foot on the gas.
3 hits and a walk to start this inning against Aaron Nola. 3 runs on the board with Longoria at second. Nobody out for Perdomo. Shows bunt again. Whoa, look out. Nola almost clipped his knees. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, it's a great point, Ronnie. You think about this Philly crowd, this offense, you know at some point they're going to strike and get some momentum going. So you got to try to build that lead if you got opportunities, and you got a pitcher on the ropes.
Nope. Takes another one. 2-1 the count. Perdomo's an excellent bunter.
I'd personally let him swing the bat now. Of all the Diamondbacks hitters, he's right up there with guys that have swung the bat well.
Homered off Wheeler here in this ballpark. In Game 1, had a 2-run home run off Wheeler. Had 2 hits in Game 5.
Should get a fastball here.
If anything, trust him that he can hit a ground ball to the right side.
Shows again. And pops it foul out of play. 2-2 the count. You saw Caleb Cotham, the pitching coach, on the phone to the bullpen. Phillies are in a different place than the Diamondbacks. They know they don't have to win this game. They'd like to, but they don't have to. So Rob Thompson, it'll be interesting to see if Nola falters, how aggressive he'll be with a pitching change. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right off the end of the bat. Count stays at 2-2. And that being said, Michael Lorenzen is now up and throwing in the Philadelphia bullpen, and he'll need probably 2 more hitters. But Rob Thompson, knowing that, is getting a reliever ready for Nola, just in case. Perdomo, a fly ball to right. Castellanos is back. Longoria is going to tag, and he'll make it to third. So the goal for Perdomo was to move him to third base. Does it with a fly ball, a productive out. It's the first out of the second inning.
You know, he's had good at-bats in those situations, being able to move a runner and do exactly right here what you want him to, and that's get Longoria to third base.
Baseball is the funniest of all games. Nola comes out in the first inning. What would you say if you're on the bench? Boy, he's got no-hit stuff tonight.
Exactly.
And can't get it out in the second.
Struck out 3 batters in the first. It's only the 4th occasion in Philadelphia playoff history that has happened. Different story in the second inning as Carroll takes a ball.
And watch this at bat. They have gotten Corbin Carroll on that inside fastball, working him in, trying to get it in on his hands right here. The one hit he had off Wheeler the other day, fastball out over the plate. So he's got to look away right here on something he can extend.
Phillies have their infield end trying to cut off another run. Carroll takes a ball. 2-0. Carroll is the likely rookie of the year in the National League. Will most likely be a runaway for that award. Been one of the great players in the game this season. Power and speed. Taken all the way. 2-1 the count. Mike Hazen, general manager, has put this roster together, done an excellent job. A lot of young talent that they have built this roster around, including the 23-year-old Corbin Carroll. 2-1. 3-1.
Look at the defense in the infield. It's in. But look at what Turner is. It's almost like he's playing behind Aaron Nola.
Yeah.
That opens up that left side for Carroll where he had that hit against Wheeler.
Hitters count. 3-2 now.
It's interesting, too, when your offense finally gets some momentum, and you saw Carroll take that 1-0 changeup just low. When things start going in your direction, as hitters, you start to relax a little bit. You start to take pitches that maybe when it's 0-0, you've been swinging at.
Payoff pitch to Corbin Carroll. Nola deals, and a broken bat foul. Count stays at 3-2. Carroll's going to need a new piece of lumber. It's not too late to sign up for DraftKings Sportsbook during the postseason. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. You can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Sign up with promo code HEAT.
So all those swing and miss in the first inning, Diamondbacks against Nola. 0 whiffs here in the second.
Had 4 in that first inning, including the 3 strikeouts. Pitch number 7. Tommy Pham's home run started the scoring. Gurriel followed. They went back to back. Longoria then drove in one with a double. And now another 3-2. Broken bat. Bouncer over to Harper. Race to the bag. Harper beats him there. Carroll is retired. Good play by the brand new first baseman. Keeps Evan Longoria at third, second out of the inning.
And what a pitch by Nola, guys. We talk about, what was it? Fastball in. Went right back in, and Harper sprinted quick. Whoa.
Kind of tripped when he got near the back.
Right to the edge.
Slid into it, and then almost a hip check of Carroll.
But 2 balls away, and then Nola jammed him in.
Been so impressed with Bryce Harper, and it's not always pretty, but it gets the job done for a guy who's playing first base for the first time in his life.
Hello.
Ketel Marte takes a ball. Base camp presented by T-Mobile. Give you a look at it here with Harper coming over. T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network. Nola with 2 outs now, facing the hottest Diamondbacks hitter. Marte, a flick of the wrist to left. Marsh has a beat on it, and the inning is over. But the Diamondbacks strike. They score early in Philadelphia. Pham goes deep, his second of the postseason. Gurriel follows. Then Longoria, 38 years of age. It's 3-0 Diamondbacks. No, first time a starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks has been on the mound with a lead. Merrill Kelly navigated the first, worked around Schwarber and Harper, and then the Diamondbacks give him 3 in the second. Here we go to the home second now. JT Realmuto will lead off. First pitch is up and in for ball 1.
Can't be certain about this, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Maybe the biggest shutdown inning needed for the Diamondbacks in their franchise history.
That's a good call. And for the Phillies, Realmuto has been a guy that has put a few games away in this postseason, including Game 5, when he popped a 2-run home run, and that was a home run that stretched the score from 4-1 to 6-1. And while that might not seem like a lot, the main point of that home run for Rob Thompson, it allowed him to sit down Jose Alvarado.
Yeah, which he needed that after the work Alvarado had in Game 3 and 4. Now, JT's got the ability, not just a home run. This postseason, we've seen 2 doubles, the knockout punch. He's in a lineup full of sluggers that hit tape measure shots, but he's just the pro, like the spine of the team.
Realmuto hits that one hard into center field. Thomas on the run, can't get there. That'll go to the wall. Realmuto with a leadoff double. An absolute rope past the speedy Thomas in center field. Realmuto stays hot.
You want to talk about backing up a ball and having that extra carry right here. This ball goes off his bat, 106. Thomas thinks he's got a beat on this, and it just keeps going away from him. JT with another huge extra base hit.
Does all the little things.
The quietest I've heard the Phillies fans in 5 games was the start of this inning.
Here's Castellanos now. Castellanos has been mired in a slump. Doesn't feel like it because the Phillies offense has been churning, and Castellanos does have 5 home runs in this postseason. Well, he homered his first at bat in Game 1, has not had a hit since. Does have a sac fly, a couple walks in there, but for the most part, Castellanos has struggled at the plate. 0 for his last 15.
He's had a strange postseason, right? I mean, he's had 2 games where he hit 2 home runs in each game. For Game 1 here where he had a home run, but he's had a lot of offers.
Yeah, had that 5 homers, or those 5 homers in a 3-game stretch. 0-2 the count.
Man, watch how the Diamondbacks have attacked him. You remember Gallen in Game 1, that pitch up, out, over the zone. You're seeing hard sinkers in, and then when they feel like they got him to cheat a little bit, slider away. And they've done a good job of keeping it mixed up on him.
Leadoff double. Realmuto at second base. And a called strike 3. Kelly burns off the bottom edge. Perfect pitch. Castellanos is a backwards K, and it's the second strikeout for Kelly. Both have been looking.
Both strikeouts have been looking, Brian, and both have been on the corner and on the bottom of the strike zone. The one the ball was inside, that one away to Castellanos.
Looked like a wiffle ball.
That had a lot of late movement to it.
Tells you a little bit about Trip Gibson, right? He's going to call the ball down.
Yep.
1 away. Brandon Marsh turns it around, a base hit to right. Realmuto will be waved home. Carroll's throw all the way in. Run scores. Marsh to second. Phillies are on the board. His mom Sonia loves it. And a mistake by Carroll throwing it all the way in. Now Marsh in scoring position.
Well, great job by Brandon Marsh. We've seen him numerous hits to left and left center. This time gets ready for that first pitch sinker, gets it out over the plate. Look at this, and turns on it beautifully. But as you said, be a mistake by Carroll right here. I mean, he let that ball go, and Marsh totally gone.
With a 3-0 lead, you know you have to hit the cutoff man.
No way you're going to throw him out. That could be costly. Now it's Rojas, with Schwarber due next, and this crowd is back in it.
And you saw Marsh slide into that base, and his helmet came off to the dugout before I think he even hit second. Didn't take him long to get back into it, did it?
2-0.
Last 2 games for Rojas, he's been really concentrating, hitting the ball to the opposite field, just staying on it, keeping his hands in the zone, as told to him by Bryce Harper. And he had a triple to right in game 4.
Youngest Philly to ever triple in a postseason game. At age 23, Rojas fouls it right back. 2-1 the count. Marsh with the advance on the throw, and he is fired up. Real Muto's double started the inning. Marsh brings him in, and then the throwing mistake.
How does that hair and beard not get you fired up?
2-1 on Rojas.
You know, you think about this outfield for Arizona, guys, and we've said it. They can run balls down. I mean, elite speed out there, great routes. And you can see right there, Gurriel telling Thomas to tell Carroll, right here, you got Brandon Marsh on. If it's hit to you again right here, down. We have to keep Rojas at first and keep the double play intact.
Good advice from the left fielder. Carroll's pressing right now. He's trying to do too much. Rojas just got a piece of that. He fouls it away. That got more of Trip Gibson than it did Moreno.
That was not a late swing. That was the latest swing.
Emergency hack.
Right.
We asked Rob Thompson one of the biggest differences between this year's Phillies and last year's team. He said this guy at the plate, Johan Rojas, his defense has changed the complexion of our outfield. Rojas, a bouncer foul.
That's elite. There's no doubt about that.
And then it moves Brandon Marsh into left field as well. So now you get a former center fielder in Marsh playing left field. Philly's not known as a great defensive team. Their defense was spectacular in game 5 behind Zach Wheeler. Wheeler said it was the best defensive game they played. Bouncing ball, Perdomo coming in. Got to hurry it. No problem to get Rojas. And Marsh ends up at third base with 2 away.
And guys, that is the reason right there you hit the cutoff man, because that's a chance if that ball, if Marsh is at first base, Perdomo steps on the bag, and you might have an easy, not an easy double play because Rojas got good speed, but you give yourself a chance.
Well, runner at third with 2 away. Schwarber coming up.
Let's see how Kelly goes after Schwarber here. Walked him in the first
on 4 pitches.
Pitch clock was down to 1.
Yeah, telling him to disengage. Marino all over it.
Had the pitch clock expired, would have been ball 1.
Ball.
Kelly trying to nibble on the edges, see if Schwarber will bite on it. He has not. Very patient hitter. Ron, you talked about how calm he is at the plate.
You have to be careful with Schwarber because he has enough time and he'll sit on a certain pitch, even if he's ahead in the count.
In there. Comeback sinker for a strike. A lot of movement. Kelly really has that thing knifing in there.
Pitch he's got going tonight right now is that front door to these left-handed hitters, and you see to the righties he's trying to throw that comebacker at 92, 93 paint.
1 ball, 1 strike. Phillies have a run in. Runner at third. Schwarber lays off.
Hasn't really landed his change yet though. Just a little underneath that changeup, getting mostly horizontal movement, no vertical movement.
Kind of been hiding that changeup first time around the batting order. And they're going to put him on here. No. Timeout from Moreno. Another one. Clock was ticking. Well, game 2. Kyle Schwarber got 4 consecutive changeups from Merrill Kelly, and he launched one out. Then he did it again. A 2-homer game for Kyle Schwarber in game 2. 2 of his 5.
That first one was a wall scraper for Kyle Schwarber. And so the second time up, when he came up, he decided to hit one deep into the night. I'll tell you what, guys, that home run he hit in game 5 in Arizona was unbelievable.
That was the longest home run of this postseason for any player at this point. Schwarber went 460 plus in that game. He's the tying run, 2-2, and Schwarber looks at ball 3.
The sequence of pitching has been cutters in and sinkers away. One bad changeup. He gave up a home run on a changeup to Schwarber. The only home run he gave up on a changeup all season long. Back to the cutter inside, I believe.
Full count, 2 outs.
See Marino behind the plate, like imploring him with a fist.
Yeah.
Come on, make a pitch. Love that.
It'll be a 7-pitch at bat regardless. You see the sequencing for Merrill Kelly.
Every once in a while, he'll flip a curve in there.
See what he has in mind. 3-2 to Schwarber, and that one misses low. It is ball 4. He went with a change. And it's first and third with Trey Turner coming up. Hey, if you want a different view of the NLCS right now, Pedro Martinez and friends, former Hispanic and Latino MLB players, join them. They break down Game 6. You can watch postseason altcast Peloteros every NLCS game night exclusively on True TV and streaming on Max.
Talked about that changeup, Ronnie, and not being able to hit it yet. Schwarber took that pitch like a champ. I mean, that changeup was like he knew exactly that it was coming.
It was like he was sitting on something up. If he throws anything down, I'm taking it.
Yep. Back-to-back 7-pitch plate appearances. So I think it's a little bit to it, just giving your pitcher a breather here in the 2nd inning.
So, Frenchie, you said before in his first at-bat, Turner got a 2-seamer for a strike.
Yep.
Strom's out there just talking to his pitcher, just going through what he wanted to do. Turner in his career loves to swing at the first pitch with runners on base. Always has. Very aggressive hitter. See what he does here.
He's a .455 hitter against Merrill Kelly in his career. Let's watch this first one. Runners at the corners. And Turner does swing at the first pitch. Kelly snaps off a pretty good curveball. Diamondbacks expecting Turner to pull the ball on the ground.
But as he goes later in the count, you will see him work that ball that way. We've seen 2 or 3 hits to the right side this series.
Turner was scorching hot through the wild card and the division series. He's still swinging it well in the LCS. He's got 5 hits. He's 5 for 19 now. Did have his long hitting streak snapped with an 0 for 4 in Game 5. Punches that one foul out of play, and it's 0-2. That was the cutter from Kelly.
He's done most of the damage at home, though, Turner. 13 for 21 at home in the post.
Just missed a home run on the bat in the first inning. The dangerous Harper is due next. 3-1 Arizona. Action in the 2nd. And a swing and a miss, and Kelly pumps that fist in his glove. He strikes out Turner. And the Phillies strand 2, but they are on the board. JT Realmuto with a leadoff double. Marsh brings him in. Kelly picks up his 3rd K. 3-1 Arizona after 2 in Game 6. Joe Mather, Diamondbacks hitting coach, sees his offense put some early runs on the board. Didn't do much games 1 through 5, but a 3 spot in the second inning. Already 4 hits in the first 2 innings in this game, and now it's Aaron Nola's turn back on the mound. Phillies answer with a run in the bottom of the second, and the first pitch to Moreno is outside.
Moreno's seeing that ball well, not even offering. The pitch is close.
Moreno, Walker, and Pham coming up. 3, 4, and 5 in Arizona's batting order. 3 runs on 3 hits and a walk last inning for the Diamondbacks.
Ball! You know, you can watch him at the plate, guys, and as the postseason has gone on, you can really see some guys just have that slow heartbeat, that ability to relax himself. That's where he's at right now.
Two and 0 to Moreno. Lets it fly. Sounded like he got jammed a little bit. Fly ball to center. And Johan Rojas puts it away for the first out. We're talking to Jeff Bannister, the terrific bench coach for the Diamondbacks. Former big league manager as well. They got an excellent staff with Torey Lovello, but he's in charge of the catchers. And Jeff Bannister was raving about Moreno's ability to adapt, take over as the starting catcher this year. Carson Kelly was injured, and Moreno just stepped right in, and now finds himself hitting third for an NLCS team as Walker takes a strike.
You know what's interesting about Bannister, he was telling us that as soon as he got the job, because of the injury to Carson Kelly, he was starting to get flooded with lots of information, and Jeff Bannister, you know, poked his head in, stood in, and said, let's make it a little simpler for this young player. I think the catching position is one of the toughest ones in the game right now.
It's hard to find catchers who take over, young catchers, and be this effective on both sides of the ball, and that's what Moreno has given the Diamondbacks. 1-1 to Walker. And Nola misfires with that fastball. Velocity down a few ticks from that first inning. He was pumping it in there at 95 miles an hour in the first.
You know, and I think Rob Thompson sees that because Lorenzen's back up warming up a little bit. I wonder how much of that second inning took out of Nola.
2-1. Walker still can't get to the fastball. That has been the window for Philadelphia pitchers against this slugger.
He's also using Jordan Lawler's bat.
Well, he's a young player. There's got to be plenty of hits in there.
That's you walk. Sometimes you walk into that thing. I'm telling you, you grab every bat and you're like, "Yep,
this feels good.
Yep, this one's all right."
I'm guessing it's lighter.
I would think so.
Lawler, the young shortstop, prospect shortstop.
Remember, Walker had a double against Wheeler. It was on a breaking ball, though, not the fastball.
See if Nola goes back up there with a fastball. 2-2. Tried to hit the outside corner. And it's full. Walker hit 33 home runs during the regular season. He's one of the most underrated talents at the first base position, using Lawler's bat right now. 3-2. And he lost him. Christian Walker draws a 1-out walk. Hey, MLB Together is baseball's new platform embodying the sport's philanthropic contributions and mental wellness efforts by teams, players, and the league. To learn more, visit MLBtogether.com.
Look, Walker's been a good fastball hitter. I mean, one of the best. 545 slug on it this year. He's just getting the one up in the zone and he can't lay off.
Yeah, he's swinging at it.
Yeah.
Here's Tommy Pham. Pham's home run last inning jump-started the rally for the Diamondbacks. Just his second hit of this NLCS for Pham, his second homer of the postseason. Nola looking for the ground ball here, and he gets it. Boom to second, out there, throw to first is in time. Bryson Stott stood right in there with Walker coming in on him. And the Phillies go around the horn. They turn a 5-4-3 double play. Nola needed that. Faces 3 batters in the third. Phillies coming up 3-1 Diamondbacks. anniversary of one of the most electrifying moments in Phillies postseason history. Game 5 against San Diego in the LCS. 2-run 8th-inning home run by Bryce Harper. Flipped the scoreboard, put the Phillies in front. They would go on to win that game 4-3. That was 1 year ago on this date, October 23rd of 2022. Harper would go on to win the MVP of the NLCS a year ago.
So they're trying to go to back-to-back World Series on the same day.
On the same day.
Wow.
And Bryce Harper sitting right in the middle of that batting order once again. And the Phillies believe they are better suited to win a World Series this year, as good as their run was a season ago. Remember, they were the 6th team in, the last team in the postseason last year, the Phillies, and then rode it all the way to the World Series. Didn't lose a game at home until the World Series. Astros claiming that World Series last season. Harper takes a called strike 3. Merrill Kelly with a breaking ball, a little slider that time, and Harper is gone.
Boy, he had thrown him all hard stuff before then, and then pulls the down and in slider out of his repertoire of pitches.
Speaking of on this day, fellas, this is the 30-year anniversary. It's not a great memory for Phillies fans, but one of the all-time great moments in postseason history. Joe Carter's World Series winning home run in 1993. Touch 'em all, Joe.
Tom Cheeks.
Tom Cheeks. Yep, the Hall of Famer and the late Tom Cheek, one of the greatest moments in World Series history. That was 30 years ago on this day. Ronnie had a big moment, Frenchie, on this day. Rocking the mullet, modified mullet. Was that Ronnie? 1986?
I mean, full mullet, yes. Full mullet. It was a nice look then, someone told me.
7 shutout at Fenway against the Red Sox in the World Series in '86. Nice. It's a good day for you, Ron. You had a lot of good days in the big leagues.
Lucky enough.
You can see Bohm up there. He's grinding right now, man. He's thinking. You can tell he's getting pitches painted on the corner.
Kelly fires. Nice pick by Moreno, just in case. Count evens at 2-2.
For him right now, it's like he's out in front, rolling over that sinker. Or when he tries to go to right field, he's a little bit late on it. And that's why, for me, you've got to think hard right back up the middle right here. Try to get yourself back to the big part of the field.
Bohm does just that. Base hit to right. Just muscles one through. And a 1-out single. That'll be good for Bohm's spirit. He's going to see a lot of activity with runners on. And now he is aboard with 1 away. Hey, Taco Bell Rewards members can get a free Doritos Locos Taco after the first stolen base this World Series. Join Rewards today. It's only on the app. Familiar walk-up theme for Bryson Stott.
Be lying if I told you I didn't download that song and listen to it a few times this week.
It's generated some buzz.
I had to jump on it, guys.
On the first pitch, slow roller out to second. Marte shovels it over to Perdomo. Contend with just 1 there. Stott will reach on a fielder's choice. He's very fast. No chance to double him up. And the second out at second base.
Well, you're starting to see him the second time through mix in some more sliders, some curveballs. You saw the strikeout of Turner last inning in that. And I think, you know, you save some stuff sometimes, right? But this is one of those games right here. You can't save stuff, right? Your team's got a 3-1 lead. You got to throw everything you got until you're done.
You wonder if Torey Lovullo will allow Kelly to go against the lineup for the 3rd time. Real Muto hit 6th in this batting order. And the first pitch is in there. Got a call that time from Trip Gibson.
Well, with other pitchers that are out there as starters, I think that Torey has more of a scripted way of doing things. But this is a veteran guy, 35 years old, been around. It's your number 2. I think you use your eyes. And he's been effective so far.
See Lovullo just hawking Kelly.
You also think about what's waiting down in that bullpen. How many trusted outs do I have down there? Guys that I feel comfortable with. And I think, look, that's the same thing you're seeing Rob Thompson. That double play by Nola was huge. They need to get him through a couple more innings to get to the part of the bullpen he wants.
Well, Nola put up a 0. He had a 1-out walk, got out of it. Runner takes off. Stott throw to second, and the tag is late. Stott just keeps the oven mitt on the bag. A stolen base. Moreno is a great thrower. He and Real Muto, two of the best in the game. Stott got a big jump, and he swiped second base with 2 outs.
Now Phillies 16 stolen bases. The rest of the teams in the postseason only 19. They've been the aggressive one.
And why it's so important like this now, if you're JT, even if you hit a ball hard at the outfield, because of the strength of the arms, Stott scoring on a base hit.
5th stolen base for Bryson Stott. That is a new Phillies franchise record in a postseason. He's in scoring position now. Real Muto on the ground foul.
Merrill Kelly's done a nice job with the right-handers, running that 2-seamer down and in. Nowhere to go with that. You have to pull that on the ground. I think his strength is the late movement on all of his pitches.
Ball.
2-2. Kelly giving up a sharply hit double to Real Muto his last time up.
And look, he's not doubling up with anything right there.
Yeah.
He's mixing it all in there.
Steady dose of breaking stuff. See what he does. 2-2. Real Muto pulls it foul. Went back to the changeup that time.
You can see he was asking Tripp Gibson, strike, ball, what do you got?
Reminding Tripp he owes him one.
Now that's a great shot there. 2 of the best catchers in baseball. One that's done it for a long time, and the other is JT Realmuto told me the other day, up and coming all-star for years.
Let's see if he tries to do what he did to Bone. That paint fastball away that comes back over. Looking like he's going inside.
2-2. He got him to chase one. Kelly up the ladder with the fastball. Real Muto strikes out. Scoreless inning for Merrill Kelly. 3 in the books. Game 6. It's 3-1 D-backs. Motion presented by Progressive as Lourdes Gurriel, the second of a back-to-back in the second inning.
Career high in home runs and doubles this year, a free agent. As you said, the best hair in the playoffs.
Plays with some flair. His brother Yuli Gurriel was a postseason star for the Houston Astros for many years. The Gurriel brothers both in the league right now. Yuli with the Marlins and Lourdes traded with Moreno from the Blue Jays. Now has had a full year with the D-backs as Nola back on the mound.
Like you can't have a postseason without a Gurriel in it. It's the third time this postseason that the Diamondbacks have had back-to-back home runs.
Diamondbacks did something no other team's ever done in the postseason with 4 home runs in a row against the Dodgers in Game 3 of the DS.
And that's one thing. You go back to the Milwaukee series, Arizona slugged. You go to the Dodger series, they slugged big time.
Yeah.
Philly has kept that slug out until late in the game, or finally for the Diamondbacks early here in Game 6.
0-2 the count. Gurriel pop up in the infield. Who wants it? Turner will make the call. And there's out number 1. Hey, get into the game with Max and the Bleacher Report Sports add-on. It's on us for a limited time. After the promo period, you can add it for $9.99 to a Max base plan.
That was one of those curveballs there that Nola kind of got away with. It backed up on him and just spun. But it was kind of so slow that he got him out front.
Here's Alek Thomas now. Thomas with 9 homers in the regular season. He did spend some time in the minor leagues in AAA, about a month. He's got 4 homers this postseason. A Diamondbacks franchise record for home runs in a postseason. Arizona in their first NLCS since 2007. They've claimed 2 wins in this series, their first wins in an NLCS since their championship year of 2001. A strike in there, 1-2. Nola backs him out of there with a fastball.
Looks much sharper this inning.
Thomas into center field, and that is going to be caught by Rojas. Boy, pretty nonchalant effort. That ball was dying fast. Rojas at the last moment snares that. And no challenge from the Diamondbacks. Just picked it off the grass.
I was trying to figure out if he thought this was going to continue to come to him. You know, like if it was hit a little bit harder. Because as you said, he froze for a minute. But obviously great makeup speed. Watch this right here. See? Kind of freezes. I think he's just trying to make sure he was seeing it right.
First ball swinging, Evan Longoria. Swung at the first pitch of the second inning, drove in a run with a double. Two outs for Nola. Got a big double play to end the third after a 1-out walk. Seems to be back locked in now is Nola as he gets ahead of Longoria. 0-2.
Gets the crowd going as well.
He's getting comfortable.
Three up, 3 down inning for Nola. Strikeout number 4. The 2023 National League Championship Series is presented by Loan Depot. Take a look at the schedule tonight on Fox. It is Game 7. The Rangers and the Astros. Win or go home. A trip to go to the World Series. If there is a Game 7 in our series, Diamondbacks Phillies, that'll be tomorrow. And we'll hit the air at 7:30. 8 o'clock Eastern first pitch. Nick Castellanos leads off for the Phillies. Strikeout victim his last time up, and a wave and a miss. Kelly ahead of him 0-2. Three of the 4 teams remaining are in win or go home mode on this day. Phillies know they will have a tomorrow, even if they lose. Diamondbacks, Rangers, Astros must win to advance or to stay alive.
Dusty Baker has never won a Game 7. Bruce Bochy has never lost a Game 7.
Rangers with a big road win yesterday. 7-0 on the road in this postseason. There's Andrew Saalfrank, the big lefty, getting ready, the rookie, in case there is any trouble. Castellanos. Marte backs up on it, plays it on a hop, and makes a play for the out. I guess that what that would tell you is Saalfrank is preparing for Schwarber. Schwarber is now due up 3rd in the inning. Torey Lovullo said he might deploy Saalfrank early if necessary, and that's probably the guy he is looking out for.
You know, he's walked Schwarber twice in his 2 appearances.
Here's Brandon Marsh. RBI single his last time up. He takes a strike.
Tell you what, watching Kelly right now, both pitchers actually are all of a sudden, to me, starting to find a little bit of a groove. I think Saalfrank's, if there's traffic and he gets a couple guys on.
Brandon's got his mom in the ballpark tonight. Moms don't sit. Look at that. Look at that button from the old school days. The pre-beard. The beardless young Brandon Marsh. For Buford, Georgia.
I think she just told someone I don't sign autographs during the game.
Did I hear that right too? Yes. Look at that.
Freckles.
What a great pick.
Yeah. She's been wearing that button a long time. And a called strike 3. Marsh an about face. Merrill Kelly has retired the first 2 here in this 4th inning. Precision pitching by Merrill Kelly.
It's his 3rd strikeout looking. All on fastballs, all paint on the corners.
6 Ks overall for Kelly. Number 9 hitter, Johan Rojas.
Kelly's found a good spot right now with these Phillies hitters of working in and out. And you saw that with Marsh, took it out, and now with Rojas came in with that 2-seamer.
Kelly is from Scottsdale. That's where he calls home, where he went to high school. But he did spend some time in Philadelphia as a young child. Great picture of him at the old vet. He's 35 years of age. He's one of the great survivors in this game. 4 years in Korea in the KBO. That ball's hit well deep into left center field. And running it down is Alec Thomas. Just hung up there. Wrong part of the ballpark for Rojas. Thomas runs it down for the last out of the 4th inning. Still 3-1 Arizona. All-time fan favorites, Ryan Howard, Rookie of the Year, MVP, and a World Series champion with those 2008 Phillies. Hey, your favorite fail show is back with a twist. John Cena, Nicole Byer, and Camille Kostek host an all-new episode of Wipeout. It starts November 7th only on TBS. 3-1 Diamondbacks in Game 6. Diamondbacks trying to survive and push it to a Game 7. Phillies trying to punch their ticket to the World Series with a win here tonight. Aaron Nola coming off a 3-up, 3-down frame in the 4th. Gets ahead of Geraldo Perdomo in the 5th. All 3 runs coming in the 2nd. Nola giving up back-to-back home runs in the 2nd to Pham and Gurriel. Then a walk and then an RBI double from Longoria. That was the scoring for Arizona.
Let me tell you, Ryan Howard, one of my all-time favorite teammates in 15 when I played here in Philly.
Yeah.
But in 05 through 10 when I was a Brave and Met and came here, nightmare.
That's right.
Can still see him in the on-deck circle with a sledgehammer. 0-2 pitch. In the air to center field, lazy little fly ball, and Rojas converges on it to put it away. Perdomo is retired, and for Nola, that's 5 in a row, producing 6 outs. He got the double play ball in the 3rd. Has settled in here nicely. Back to the top of the order. It's Corbin Carroll. Carroll is 0 for 2. Nola broke a couple of bats of Carroll's in the 2nd inning.
Yep.
You ever get in that thing, Ronnie, as a hitter sometimes where you start to guess a little bit, and it's like you're trying to get the head out on a fastball, and what do you get? First pitch breaking.
That's right.
It's kind of where he's at right now.
Well, especially after Brian said he blew up his bat a couple of times.
Nope.
Pulls it foul. Started it early. A ball and 2 strikes. Matt Strahm, who finished off Game 5, got the last out of Game 5, is loosening in the bullpen.
They've had someone up every inning in the last couple innings just in case Nola gets into any kind of trouble.
The 1-2 right off the end of the bat. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Now we saw Michael Lorenzen loosening early. That was in the 2nd inning. And we passed that portion of the game for Lorenzen. Now you're starting to get into this very talented Philadelphia bullpen. If Rob Thompson needs to go there, he's got a lot of arms he can call on the rest of the way at this point.
Yeah, but Nola, 9 out of the last 10 he's retired. Only the walk to Walker, and that's where I look. I feel like he's in complete control right now.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Carroll. 2-2.
There used to be a time when you'd look at starting pitchers and they'd give you a sign to leave them in. Now you're always looking for a sign to take them out.
Yeah. I just believe you get to a point sometimes there's guys that are built different, and in a game like this I look at both Nola and Merrill Kelly right now and say I think these guys need to continue pitching. I think if you go to the pen too early you bring a lot of uncertainty for the next 4.5 innings.
And tomorrow if there's a Game 7.
2-2. Right in on his hands.
Yeah, living on his knuckles.
Nola will be a free agent at season's end. It's been a terrific career. He was a rookie in your year in Philadelphia, Frenchie. It's been one of the great workhorses in the game. Carroll breaks another bat. Nola is just chewing through the whole bat bag here for Corbin Carroll.
That's a good point, B.A. Rob Thompson, you asked him today what Nola's like, and I love what he said. He said he literally just checks in and checks out.
Hardly know he's here sometimes.
Yeah, it's great.
Hey, you can catch the NHL on TNT every Wednesday. Watch on TNT or stream it on Max. Wells Fargo Center, the Flyers. Flyers are on the road in Vegas tomorrow. They'll be back for a 4-game homestand. Those Eagles, 6-1 now. Big win last night on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, they looked good last night.
They rocked it last night. They had that new green, Kelly green unis.
Jason Kelsey passing out the chains.
Fletcher Cox.
The rally chains. 2-2 pitch. And Carroll lines one into center field, a base hit. Finally got one out over the plate. And he delivers with a single with 2 strikes. Pitching decisions, Ronnie, presented by Sage, official finance software of Major League Baseball.
Well, you saw what Nola was trying to do. First ball, breaking ball to get into it, and then just lived in on his knuckles. And what Carroll was trying to do is trying to decide which ones were inside enough and which ones to keep fair or foul. That one upstairs, another one in on his hands, and like Frenchie said, finally gets a pitch, changeup out and over the plate that he's able to put in play.
8-pitch AB.
Now Ketel Marte with 1 out.
Hey, Ronnie, you talked about it on the open.
Yeah.
Corbin Carroll now, that's his 39th pitch that he has been on first base. 54 stolen bases during the year. At some point, you feel like you got to push the envelope a little bit.
Nola during the regular season was a pitcher you could run on.
You know what's funny is that both teams have a different interpretation. They taught him the slide step. The Phillies believe from all of their Rapsodo and Trackman that he does not lose anything when he slide steps to the plate to keep the runners close. Arizona feels the exact opposite.
Yeah, they like a little bit of chaos over there at first, thinking they may get a mistake from Nola. And Marte rifles one right field. That's down fair and into the corner it goes. Carroll can fly. He'll score easily. Marte's on his way to third. It's an RBI triple. Ketel Marte keeps it rolling. 4-1 Diamondbacks.
Well, and right here, you're going to watch Marte absolutely turn on this ball, but he gets down in that right field corner. And watch this thing. It hits the side down here, great angle here, and shoots away from Castellanos. Watch this. Hits that edge. You see how it kind of sticks out? Slides right past him. Otherwise, you would have had second and third. Instead, it allowed the speedy Carroll to score and Marte to get all the way over to the third. You know what Marte said? I might only get one guy with scoring position. I can do it myself now.
He's 2 for 2 now. And Rob Thompson's going to take the ball from Aaron Nola. He will exit with 1 out in the 5th inning. Marte, 15 consecutive games in the postseason. He has a hit that matches Marquise Grissom all-time record. And this one is a run-producing triple. Lorenzen will come in this game here in the 5th. 4-1 Diamondbacks.
The office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Pitch Hit and Run is the free official MLB skills competition for baseball and softball players ages 7 to 14. Host a local competition next year. Give the kids a chance to make it to next year's World Series. PitchHitAndRun.com. Well, pitching change here. Nola is out 4 1/3. His impeccable pitching in this postseason. He has run into a wall here on the Diamondbacks. So far, 4 earned runs. Still has a runner at third base. His responsibility. And it's going to be Michael Lorenzen now, Ronnie, out of that Philly bullpen.
What an up and down season it's been for Lorenzen. A starting pitcher in Detroit, traded over here, pitched a no-hitter, and now deep in the bullpen for the Phillies, trying to get these 2 right-handers out.
Marte at third, infield end. Moreno a swing and a miss. Gabby Moreno 1 for 2, had a single off Nola in the first inning. Boy, Arizona has come in here and quieted down this crowd. They scored 3 in the second. They've just added 1 here in the 5th. It won't take much to get Marte home. Medium deep will be plenty deep to score him. Roll over ground ball. Turner looks the runner back, and there's out number 2. That's a big one for Michael Lorenzen. Steady diet of breaking balls.
Well, you give him credit too, guys. Has not pitched much, and to come in and throw 3 really good breaking balls to one of the better hitters.
First time Moreno has faced Lorenzen.
Yeah.
He's been in the league for a long time. Marte not running to give his right-handed hitters 2 shots to bring him in. Carroll did his job with a base hit. What can Walker do now?
Walker 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch in the dirt. Look at Real Muto. Blocked that one. Textbook. Keeps Marte at third.
He smothers it right in the middle of the chest protector.
There's a video. That's how you do it.
That's right. Textbook.
And the way he angles his body too, it goes straight down. 2-0 the count.
So we've seen a lot of high velocity up in the strike zone, but Lorenzen's not that kind of pitcher. He can pitch up in the strike zone, but he wants to get you out with a breaking ball.
That's the one pitch we've seen Walker be able to handle. He hit a long one foul. He hit the double, like you said, off Wheeler on that pitch.
Two and one. Walker waves and misses. So you guys figure Lorenzen to try to get these last 2 outs?
Well, the way he's looked here with the righties, Pham, Gurriel coming up, you might see at least those 2, and then if Thomas, you could get Strom at that point to come in.
Had both ready to come into the game, did Rob Thompson. Lorenzen and a 2-2 count on Walker. Lays off at this time, 3-2. Steady diet of breaking balls. Pham due next.
It's one thing too, if you're Lorenzen here, you don't have to give in. You don't have to throw him a hanger with the base open and another righty on deck.
Diamondbacks have a run in this 5th inning. Back-to-back hits. Runner at third, 2 outs. And Walker lays off. Lorenzen walks him. So now 1st and 3rd with 2 away in this 5th inning.
I'm Jay, and this is my home. My first big purchase with help from Loan Depot. To find out what Loan Depot can do for you, call 844-752-LOAN or visit loandepot.com.
Christian Walker there was walked on reputation. If he knew in a bubble what's happening right now, Pham is the tougher out.
And Pham with a home run that opened up the scoring here tonight for Arizona. That was a leadoff home run in the 2nd. Came on a 2-strike pitch. Lorenzen keeps with the theme. First pitch slider in there for a strike. Nola only a spectator now. Still his runner at third. Well, close one. Pham bounced into a double play his last time up. Got him at the corners. And he fouls it away, and now it's 1-2 on Tommy Pham.
Man, he is staying with a steady diet of the sliders and sweepers, and you know, it just, when you don't show that fastball at all, that's one of those right there that it's almost like the one Pham hit for the home run off Nola.
12 pitches, all sweepers and sliders. And Walker takes off, a changeup that time. Walker is going to steal second base.
We've seen neither of these teams defend that play with 2 outs. They want to cover as much of the infield as they can.
So now a base hit could deliver 2 more. Both will be off with a crack of the bat. Pham, a swing and a miss. Lorenzen gassed him up. The first fastball of the inning for Michael Lorenzen. A big strikeout there, but the Diamondbacks get one more. Ketel Marte continues his hitting ways. An RBI triple, and it's 4-1 Snakes. Up on Fox a little bit later tonight. Joe Davis, John Smoltz, Tom Verducci, Ken Rosenthal, and they'll have the call. What a game that is going to be tonight on Fox. D-backs Phillies, if necessary. Game 7 tomorrow night. Will be on the air at 7:30. Right now, the Diamondbacks lead it 4-1. Top of the Phillies order, 3rd time around now against Merrill Kelly. Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper. Schwarber takes a ball.
And that ALCS, can the home team win a game?
Yeah. Road team has won them all.
And wasn't that the 19 World Series too, right? The Nats and Astros.
Max Scherzer on the mound tonight. Speaking of the Nats in 19. Pitched in 2 games in Houston. Was the game 1 starter in the World Series. Got the win there, and then started the game in game 7 and didn't factor in the decision. But of course the Nats won in 2019. Schwarber takes a strike. Kelly just painting on that bottom corner, and it's 2-2 now.
I mean, you can't throw a better pitch. That's the kind of pitch you throw on the side and you say to yourself, okay, I can quit throwing. That was the perfect pitch.
Yeah, and you can tell the way he's working him. He's going to throw it there, and if I miss away, I miss away, but I can't miss over the heart of the plate with Schwarber, not the way he's swinging the bat.
See if he tries hard cutter in now.
2-2.
Ball out. That's the thing, too. And Schwarber, I know he only hit 197, guys, but over 100 walks this year. He's still got a great eye.
Turner due next. Phillies are where they want to be, but they are down 3. Schwarber, a swing at him as Kelly struck him out with a curveball. After 2 walks, Merrill Kelly strikes out Kyle Schwarber to start this 5th inning.
Just so many weapons. I mean, he's thrown 2 curveballs maybe this entire game. None to Schwarber until right now.
He got the big strikeout, if you remember, with Turner with 2 on, and now Schwarber.
And now Turner, a swing and a miss. Kelly and Turner and Schwarber, all teammates. Team USA and the WBC. And Kelly has had the better of those 2 thus far. Out in front, Turner skies one to center field, routine for Thomas. And Trey Turner is 0 for 3. Merrill Kelly has retired the first 2 outs in this 5th inning. Tonight's StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. We're looking at impact point, Frenchie, from Bryce Harper's hits in this postseason.
Well, and you see all those pitches right there, the home runs. Look, Bryce does a great job of letting the ball travel, but when he goes to get it, it's a violent swing. And you see where all those home runs are. They're out front of that plate where he gets extension. And he has hit some bombs this postseason.
Harper 0 for 1 with a walk. Big swing at him is changeup from Kelly. Starting to use the changeup a lot more in the last few innings here.
Ball out. Kelly doesn't really beat you on his changeup with the difference in speed. He throws a pretty hard one. It's the drop, vertical drop, and the horizontal run.
Another violent swing, and it's 1-2. Kelly has been impressive. Now pitching with a 3-run lead.
You know, game 1 and 2 here, Phillies put all the pressure on the Diamondbacks. They got the home runs early, 0 runs the first 5 innings, and really just dominated. And this is the first time you've really seen, even all series really, because the other 2 wins were comebacks where the Diamondbacks have forced the issue.
Here's a 1-2 again.
Whoa!
That one is just outside.
Well, Trip Gibson's had a great strike zone behind the dish tonight.
Moreno made it look good. 2-2. And he struck him out. Harper chases the curveball, and Merrill Kelly, he is becoming a story here in game 6. 8 strikeouts for Kelly. He is through 5. Diamondbacks lead it 4-1. put it on tape for you. Torey Lovullo is shaking Merrill Kelly's hand.
Kelly's like, I just struck out the 2 best hitters on that team. He tries to get a high five here. Don't bother.
He's getting no knuckles, no high. He's upset.
Nothing.
I don't blame him.
Wow. Are they going to take him out after 5 after just pouring through the 3 best Phillies hitters? First ball swinging Gurriel. Deep fly ball. Castellanos with room. Out number 1. So check that bullpen for Arizona. And Thompson, the sidewinder, is getting ready. Now he is a multi-inning type pitcher. But Ronnie, where is your circle of trust right now for Torey Lovullo?
My circle of trust are 3 pitchers. They're Thompson, Ginkel, and Sewald. That gets me through 7, 8, and 9. Now you're making 6 a priority, an issue, when I don't think you had to.
Meaning somebody has to go multiples.
My whole thing is that it becomes a long inning for Thompson. Say it's 27, 28 pitches, or he gets in trouble. Now you just start that trail. You got to bring in Ginkel earlier than you wanted to. And I agree with what Kelly said. Look, I just struck out Schwarber and Harper, and you felt like get me through 1 more inning, and then you run that train of the 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Ginkel pouring through the iPad clips for whom he might have to face, as that one is down, a base hit. Alec Thomas, beautiful piece of hitting right there. Boy, this kid's swinging it well. He's got a couple of home runs in this series, 4 in the postseason. Now he has a base hit, 1 out single.
Well, it's a good job of recognizing that off-speed pitch, and you see how he waits on it and drives it the other way.
I mean, that's the art of hitting the curveball.
Yeah,
Isn't it, Frenchie? You wait and you wait and you wait a little longer and drive it to the other way like that.
Brings up Evan Longoria. Takes the first pitch fastball. Back on the Rob Thompson side of things, sticking with Michael Lorenzen here. Lorenzen gave him a couple of outs in the 5th inning. Did walk a batter. That's on the ground. Got a chance to turn it. Turner, flip it. Stop. Double play. Lorenzen giving the Phillies a boost out of the bullpen. 5 outs for Michael Lorenzen. 6-4-3 double play. We go to the bottom of the 6th.
Was outstanding tonight. He had everything going, completely confusing the Philadelphia Phillies in this evening's game. He had 5 pitches working, changing speeds, giving his curveball, using his curveball late in the game for some big strikeouts. And I said it earlier, and I'm going to say it again. It's just that we used to look for a sign from a pitcher to let us know you need to stay in the game. Retired 8 straight, struck out Schwarber and Harper. That should have kept him in the game. But with the information and the intelligentsia, we now can look at anything and we can get the information that gives us to take a pitcher out.
And it's going to be Ryan Thompson out of the bullpen here to face Alec Bohm. Bouncing ball. Thompson snares it. And he'll make the play for out number 1. Kelly furious for a reason. He pitched to Jim. Hey, you can wear what the players are wearing on field during the postseason. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, tees, and more. Root for your favorite team at MLBshop.com.
Now the argument, Ronnie, they're going to say, we have Thompson going 6 outs. We believe him. And you know what? It might work. He might go 1 through 6 and get him out. My whole thing that inning, he only threw 14 pitches, 5 whiffs on the best 1, 2, 3 left there is.
Yeah, you don't want to belabor the point because you want to concentrate on this young man trying to get the job done now. They've made the decision. Now here goes Thompson.
Kelly faced 21 batters, 8 strikeouts, and exits with a 4-1 lead. Just 3 hits allowed as Kerkering is getting ready in the Philadelphia bullpen. Again, Rob Thompson can attack this game with his bullpen a little differently, knowing he has a game 7 if they lose tonight. And you're seeing Lorenzen, who has pitched well, and now Kerkering looks like he'll be next. 0-2 the count to Stott.
Well, you know, it always felt, guys, that there was a fait accompli here in this series, that at some point the Phillies are going to take over and win the series. If they don't win this game tonight, the pressure is on this talented team in a game 7, which anything can happen.
Stott drives one left center. That's down, a base hit. Bryson Stott with a 2-strike hit and a base runner with 1 away.
Yeah, when we've seen Stott at his best, like we said, it's not been the rollover. It's been shooting the ball the other way. And with a guy like Thompson with 2 strikes, it's exactly what he does right here. See it deep. Watch how he stays through this ball beautifully. And again, just hits a bullet to left center.
His swing is back the last 2 games.
It's pretty right now.
And he's going. He'll be running.
Stott with 5 steals this postseason, a Phillies record. Real Muto pops it up. Carroll coming in. Stott halfway. And out number 2. Ryan Thompson gets Real Muto to bite on the first pitch. Real Muto is going to be kicking himself. That was right down the middle, right in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, guys, if you remember, you go back to game 4, Ryan Thompson really was kind of the unsung hero. He came in with the bases loaded in that ball game with no outs in the 6th inning and kept the damage to only that 4-2 lead to give them the opportunity. They tacked one more, but to come back.
Castellanos, a swing and a miss, chases the first one. The power sinker from Thompson.
I was thinking with Real Muto, if there was a couple of pitches into the at-bat, Stott might go. Can't run here with Castellanos.
And a wave and a miss. Castellanos taking a guess. He's down 0-2.
His power can get you right back in the game.
Oh, 0-2. Thompson delivers. Castellanos serves one to left field. Lazy little fly ball. And Ryan Thompson puts up a 0 in the 6th. 9 pitches. Does give up a hit, but leaves Stott stranded. It's still 4-1 Arizona. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Sign up with promo code HEAT. Still waiting.
Should have Merrill Kelly for the 5-punch.
I was going to say that parlay is done.
Merrill Kelly, 5 strong innings. 1 run was taken out. Lorenzen, an inning and 2/3. Excellent job by Lorenzen. Now it's Orion Kerkering, the rookie, who started his season in Single A. And he gets the ball here in this 7th inning. Deals strike 1 to Perdomo.
Well, after his last couple of outings, they asked him to use his fastball more. Throws it 97, 98 miles an hour, and a razor blade slider.
Opened up the at-bat with a fastball, and that one's lined into left field, a base hit. Perdomo, the switch hitter, slaps one to left. He's got a nice stroke going right now. Had 2 hits in Game 5. His first hit here in Game 6. It's a lead man on for the Diamondbacks in the 7th.
You know what's impressive about Perdomo, guys, is for a young player like that, 64 walks this year, 86 strikeouts. To be able to have that kind of discipline, bat-to-ball skills, good player.
Another one of their talented 23-year-olds.
Yep. Top of the order now. Here's Corbin Carroll.
Oh.
Carroll with a single in the 5th inning, came with 2 strikes. That was against Nola, and then would come around to score. The next batter, Marte, drove him in. That was the 4th run.
Good swing there. .53 2/3 innings in the minor leagues. 79 strikeouts for Kerkering.
Just kept dominating at every level. To the point where the Phillies were talking about him in the middle of the summer as a potential arm in the bullpen. And as he was going through the minor leagues, Rob Thompson said, I need to see him in the big leagues if we were going to put him on the playoff roster. And that's why he hardly pitched. Fly ball, left field, slicing. Marsh can't quite run it down. A valiant effort by Marsh. He went a long way for that one. Or could not make a sliding catch. Applauded for his efforts by the home crowd.
Yeah, Bohm had no chance at that.
Oh,
just kind of almost like he blocked himself out there at the end right here from seeing.
Would have been a great catch. But Carroll's got another swing. 2-2 the count with Perdomo at first, and Carroll asked for and is granted timeout.
Someone showed me numerous tweets in the minor leagues from hitters in the minor leagues saying, what is Kerkering doing in this league?
Yeah. And I think that's one thing. You love his sweeper. It's got a lot of movement to it. It can come hard in those lefties, but I agree. He starts to throw that fastball more just to keep guys honest with 97, 98. He's going to open up a whole new level.
There goes Perdomo, and a swing and a miss. That'll be a stolen base for Perdomo. There's that breaking ball from Kerkering, the sweeper. It is a strikeout, but Perdomo swipes second base.
I believe that's only his 2nd steal for the Diamondbacks. Lourdes Gurriel had one earlier, and boy, he had kind of a jump start to that stolen base.
Here is Marte. He's had very few opportunities with runners in scoring position, but he has delivered when he's had the chance.
He had that one opportunity to hit a walk-off in Game 3.
Saw Base Camp presented by T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network.
I saw that first pitch was off the plate and he got the call. With the base open right here and a couple righties coming up here, I wonder how much Ketel Marte is going to get to hit.
Kerkering delivers. Marte takes a strike. 98-mile-an-hour gas. 1-2 the count. Moreno on deck. Diamondbacks trying to push it here. And it's ball 2. Kirkering has shown command problems in the Arizona portion. That's a base hit back up the middle. Ketel Marte is going to bring in Perdomo, and the Diamondbacks lead it 5-1. Marte delivers again. RBI triple in the 5th. RBI single here in the 7th.
Yeah, that's one of those moments. I just said you had a first base open. You got the hottest hitter on the Diamondbacks right there with 2 righties coming up.
Marte 2 for 4, 2 ribbies. Gabby Moreno now, first ball swinging, fouls it away as we send it down to Matt Weiner.
Well, B.A. Marte has been easily the Diamondbacks' most consistent hitter in this series and in this postseason so far. Joe Mather says he's really instinctive. He doesn't need a lot of information when he goes to the plate. Maybe wants to know velocity from a pitcher, a little usage, and then he's great at figuring out at-bats after that.
Fly ball to right. Thank you, Matt. And Castellanos makes the catch.
That's a great point, Matt. You look at it, he got 2 fastballs painted. One maybe a little bit off to get to 0-2 at 97 and 98. And what did he hit? Never panicked. Got a sweeper, lined it up the middle.
Torey Lovello told us a story that he came to him, Marte, and said, hey, listen, against left-handed pitching, I want to bat leadoff. And then this year he came up, he said, how come you keep batting me first against left-handers? He said, you asked me last year to do it.
Had no recollection of that conversation. Marte takes off, throw down to second. Into center field it goes. So now the Diamondbacks looking like themselves once again. Another stolen base. That is their 3rd.
Well, I don't know if it's a full embrace yet, but it's at least a hug of the chaos that they had all season long.
Well, and right there, JT never had a chance. You saw on that angle, see the T-Mobile base cam. America's largest 5G network coming at you there, but Marte was off and running, guys.
Now he's in scoring position for Christian Walker. Well, the Diamondbacks coming off the deck. They were rolled here in the first 2 games of this series. Went back to Arizona down 2-0 in the set. Had the walk-off in game 3. Had the comeback in game 4. The Phillies looked like themselves in game 5. Finally got their legs under them in Phoenix in game 5. But the Diamondbacks have taken it to the Phillies in this one so far tonight. 5-1. 2 outs in the 7th. In the air to right field. Castellanos on the run. He's got it. And the inning is over. But Ketel Marte continues his hitting ways. His 15th game in the postseason. He's got 25 hits, 2 RBIs today. The 2023 NLCS is presented by Loan Depot. Well, this version of the NLCS is trending towards a classic here as the Arizona Diamondbacks are playing like they had all year. 5-1 is the score right now. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Brian Anderson with Ron Darley and Jeff Francoeur. And for the Diamondbacks to come off the deck, they finally got their feet under them now. They look like the team that Torey Lovullo was expecting.
Well, they finally broke through early. A couple slug home runs. And then, more important than that, the tack on runs in the 5th and 7th to put a little pressure on the Phillies.
My favorite part of this job in the postseason is that you get to see great players that not everyone knows about. And Marte is a great player, a great offensive and defensive player. And if you want to know about his clutch gene in the postseason this year, from the 7th inning on, he's hitting 500.
Pointing at his chest, he is that guy. Ketel Marte, 2 RBIs, just added to the lead. Phillies, one of the hardest hitting teams in the league, and Marsh rifles one into the gap. Thomas cuts it off, and he's going to hold Marsh to a single. Brandon Marsh starts it with a single. Great play by Thomas to cut him off, though. But here come the Phillies, one of the most prolific offensive teams in baseball.
Twice tonight, guys. Marsh, usually a more patient hitter, has attacked the first pitch. Both times with a line drive to right field. Smart to hold up right here. You don't want to make the first out at second with your team down 4.
First ball swinging, Rojas. So Ryan Thompson pitching in his 2nd consecutive inning here. A lot of first pitch swings against Ryan Thompson. That seems to be the game plan for the Phillies.
Well, 4 straight, and you know, the deeper you go, then you kind of get in that mix of the sliders or sinkers coming, and they're trying to jump them early. But good slider there to Rojas by Thompson.
Got to retire Rojas here. The Thunder's coming.
And a wave and a miss. Rojas chasing a slider that was never a strike, not even close. Had made up his mind, and now it's 0-2.
You go back to game 4, he shot a triple down the right field line off Thompson on the heater.
He's home plate umpire Trip Gibson just telling Thompson, recognize the hitter before you start your process of going in the stretch, which is so funny. When I was a kid, you're always told to never recognize the hitter, never look at him. But now you have to.
Hitter has to be alert to the pitcher. 0-2 pitch. Yep, see if he'll chase another one. Kyle Schwarber due next.
Frenchie, how'd you do against the sidearmers? It's all arms and legs coming at you.
Hated it. That's about all I'll say.
Okay.
Popped him up. Shallow center field. And Thomas will make the play. So Rojas is out. First out of the 7th inning. Craig Kimbrell is loosening for the Phillies. Got a run of right-handers coming up. And Torey Lovullo getting an inning and a 3rd. And with Schwarber coming up, Torey Lovullo is going to bring on a rookie lefty. Andrew Saalfrank is coming on. We'll set up the matchup. 5-1 Diamondbacks. Phillies with a runner on and 1 out. push by Schwarber. A line drive home run. He's watching. It's flying. Goodbye. Way back there. So long. Schwarber does it again. One of the candidates, if the Phillies should win this series, that will certainly be up for MVP of this NLCS. He's hit 5 home runs in this National League Championship Series. Schwarber is coming up with a runner at first. And it is the rookie back on the horse, Andrew Saalfrank.
Only appeared in 10 games in the regular season. 6 now in the postseason. He's gotten 7 outs in those 6 appearances with 6 walks. 3 walks coming in his last outing. This is like preparing for a dissertation by studying for a half hour. I mean, crazy.
Cliff's Notes version.
Right?
And an all Hoosier matchup once again. Saalfrank and Kyle Schwarber, both IU ball players. Saalfrank just 26 years of age. Most of his season in AA and AAA, and he is coming right at Schwarber and gets ahead of him 0-2.
Well, no one's questioned his stuff.
No.
He's faced 9 batters in this CS, 5 walks. So that's the big thing. You got a 5-1 lead. Throw strikes. Don't give this team free passes.
Hard sinking fastball, and his best pitch is his curveball.
We talked to Mike Fetters, the bullpen coach, before the game. He said the curve was the key. And he spins that one. Schwarber, a bouncing ball to second. Marte goes to second, out there. Perdomo saying Marsh slid into him. Saalfrank comes on, delivers a couple of good curveballs, and Schwarber reaches on a fielder's choice. 2 outs in the 7th inning now.
It's a smart play here by Marte. Look how long he takes to make sure that he throws a strike, to make sure he gets the 1 out. You saw Marsh as he came up, he came into the knee of Perdomo.
Trey Turner now. On the edge, a fastball strike. This remade Arizona bullpen. Most of the pitchers down there, the trusted circle, as Ron mentioned, were not even with the team prior to August. Ooh. Follow through, hit Moreno. He's been in concussion protocol earlier in this postseason. He took a shot, a couple of shots on a foul ball, and then that collision with Harper. So these are a little more anxious, but
that one catches the mask, which is a better thing.
Yeah.
0-2 the count with 2 outs. Saalfrank deals. Moreno blocks it. Schwarber's on the run. Throw to second, and Schwarber is out. Gabby Moreno with the block and the throw. Boy, pouncing on that pitch in the dirt. Incredible athleticism by the Arizona catcher.
Wow.
Will they challenge? The Phillies take a look at this. Saw Mike Calitri on the phone.
Ball on the field is out at second base. Philadelphia is challenged.
So they will challenge.
There's no challenge here. He's out. Tag to the elbow before his hand gets there.
Yeah, it's close, but great replays there as we check that replay review powered by Zoom.
Out on the field. What an athletic play for a catcher in the shin guards and chest protector and the mask to chase that down and throw that on the run.
Yeah, look, I don't blame Schwarber. You see a dirt ball, you get going here. You just had a catcher that made a heck of a play. And look, that's the only place. That throw has to be perfect. And he was.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is out. Philadelphia has 1 challenge remaining.
And that will end the inning. Dan Isonia, the crew chief, delivers the news. Gabby Moreno throws that at 81 miles an hour off balance after he blocked a pitch. That is world class right there, folks. Inning ends. Presented by Progressive. The D-backs go back-to-back in the second inning. Tommy Pham and Lourdes Gurriel, a 3-run second. Longoria had an RBI double in that frame as well. Marte has driven in the last 2 runs, and it is 5-1. And Craig Kimbrel enters this game now to a sea of boos from these Phillies fans. And Tommy Pham fouls the first one away. A little bit unsettling, I'm sure, for Craig Kimbrel to enter this game.
You know, you saw his numbers, had a successful season this year, and they're trying to get him right by pitching him in maybe less leveraged situations. The problem, like most closers, he loves that 9th inning. Ninth inning's ERA is 2.5, 5.01 any other inning.
The adrenaline pumps more, but also there's more pressure on the hitters in the 9th inning as well. Kimbrel misses with a fastball.
I'll tell you this though, he's had a long career and he's blown saves before, and I think like anything he's going to draw from the experience that he's got to flip. No matter how much the boos are coming in, and of course it doesn't feel good, he's got to flip the page and he's got to get three outs here.
1-2 to Pham.
Ball out.
And he takes a pitch. Make it 2-2 now. That curveball from Kimbrel that has gotten him in so much trouble.
It hasn't only been Kimbrel. The bullpen, a lot of walks for Philadelphia.
Tommy Pham into center field, and Rojas lays out. What a catch! Johan Rojas, a sparkling play in center field for out number 1 of this 8th inning.
What a play, guys, and how this starts right here is the jump. Look at this. Some guys have the ability to get that extra step going quick. Eye level with it, makes a beautiful catch.
One of the things I love about great outfielders, their ability to get their head almost down to the ground where the glove is, to look that ball in.
Here's Gurriel now.
You know who was the happiest person for that catch right there? Craig Kimbrel.
Needed that.
Yep.
Gurriel's home run made it 2-0. Gurriel with his 2nd home run of this postseason, his first of the NLCS. He's got 5 hits now in this CS, 3 RBIs. One ball, 1 strike. 1-2 now. Diamondbacks are on plan now. Kevin Ginkel preparing for the 8th, using a combination of Thompson and Saalfrank to navigate the 2 innings after Torey Lovullo removed Merrill Kelly. Trey Turner ready to lead off in the bottom of the 8th. And a called strike 3. Kimbrel rings the bell. 2 up, 2 down. Kimbrel with his first K. Hey, customize your home feed with your favorite postseason team. Watch daily recaps. You can get personalized stats, highlights, and breaking news every day, all day on the MLB app. You can download it today. Phillies have not lost a game at home in this postseason. A perfect 6-0. They've hit 23 home runs, 17 of those coming in this ballpark. But the Diamondbacks pitching staff has held them down today to just 1 run. There was an RBI single by Brandon Marsh in the 2nd inning.
The biggest home run in this series for the Diamondbacks came off the bat of this young player.
Yeah.
Alec Thomas with a pinch hit, 2-run game tying home run off Craig Kimbrel in the 8th inning in game 4.
And that was the thing too. Now looking back with Zach Wheeler and the horse he's been this whole postseason, you had to win game 4 because you had to figure Zach Wheeler was going to do exactly what he did in game 5. But they were able to tie up the series because of this young man.
Takes a strike. Thomas is 1 for 2 today. He walked and scored in the second inning. Had a single his last time up, and his out was a line drive out to center. He's seeing it well right now.
Low out.
And it's ball 4. Kimbrel issues a 2-out walk. The speedy Thomas is aboard. Diamondbacks with 3 stolen bases in this game. Kimbrel is a prime candidate to run on as well. Enduring Phillies fans in that Arizona bullpen.
By far one of the most uncomfortable bullpens, I would imagine, to warm up in all of baseball.
Ginkel's one of those guys that kind of likes it, I think.
I have a feeling Ginkel's giving it right back to him, if I had to imagine.
Base runners 12 for 12 against Kimbrel this year in stolen base attempts.
Another check on him. Second disengagement. Can go over there again, but you have to record it out, otherwise it's a balk.
Look, Harper might have glove might be in disarray here after that throw. Might have busted through the pocket trying to repair it.
That's how you know he's a real baseball guy right there. He knows how to take care of his equipment.
And he does not want another mitt. That's the one he wants.
Gamer is all you got, right? The ball almost went through the glove there. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, loose. The lace was loose. Yikes. Longoria takes a strike.
He's the first ball player I've ever seen repair his own glove.
Yeah.
Trainers do it for the players. For every team I've been on.
Thomas goes. Longoria lets him run. Throw to second. Short hops in. Into center field it goes. Thomas started then stopped. It's a stolen base for Alek Thomas. The 4th steal of the game for the Diamondbacks. And now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
Got a great jump. It's like anything with Kimbrel, too. You can allow yourself to make sure he's going to home. And actually, pretty darn good throw by Real Muto here. That was going to have to be a perfect job by Stott to get that and put it down.
That went right across Kimbrel's back. Longoria takes a ball. 2-1 the count.
Well, 2-1, you're in a good fastball hitter's count. We've seen Longoria at times get started a little bit early. Saw him do it versus Nola back in the second inning. See if he gets something to drive here.
Hitters count. 2-2. Good slider. Good breaking ball there from Kimbrel. Pressure pitch for Craig Kimbrel. Steps off. A disengagement. (5-1) Diamondbacks, 2 outs in the 8th. Kimbrel deals 3-2.
Look, even with a 5-1 lead, every run for the Diamondbacks, we've said it is precious, guys, because with 6 outs left, we've seen what the Phillies can do quick in this ballpark.
Phillies have Turner, Harper, and Bohm coming up. Turner was at the plate when the runner was thrown out. Swing and a miss. Kimbrel gets the strikeout. Puts up a 0 in the 7th. 5-1. We're on our way to the bottom of the inning. Turner, Harper, and Bohm coming up. National League Championship Series is presented by Loan Depot. Emmanuel Rivera will take over at third base. Familiar defensive move with the lead. And it's Kevin Ginkel on the mound. He is the setup man for Torey Lovullo, and he is excellent.
He has appeared 60 times in the regular season, 7 times. This would be his 7th time in the post.
Trey Turner leads off the bottom of the 8th. Was at the plate in the 7th when Schwarber was thrown out trying to advance on the pitch in the dirt. Turner, Harper, and Bohm coming up. Diamondbacks trying to force a game 7, lead by 4. Broken bat, little flare, long run, Thomas, and he'll run it down. The speed of Alek Thomas. Turner is 0 for 4 and 1 away here in this 8th inning.
I tell you, Thomas is having quite a year in this postseason. Right or wrong. I mean, the fact, watch, broken bat, not easy to read, and he makes this play look easy. Just comes in. Both center fielders tonight doing an excellent job patrolling the outfield.
Pair of 23-year-olds at home in the postseason. Harper takes a fastball.
The Phillies are now going to see 2 pitchers, Ginkel, Kevin Ginkel, Paul Sewald. They have been unscored upon in the postseason.
One and one. Merrill Kelly was taken out of this game after 5 innings. Thompson and Saul Frank picking up the 6th and the 7th. And now Ginkel starts a clean 8th. Credit to Andrew Saul Frank too. He has struggled in this LCS, but he looked like the guy we saw in the first 2 rounds of the postseason. Torey Lovullo said, I believe in this kid. And we asked him before the game, is he in his same spot in the bullpen? He goes, 100%. We're going with who got us here. A lot of trust with the Diamondback staff, even with their young players, including the rookie Saul Frank. 1-2 pitch.
Whoa!
Just missed.
I would imagine there were a lot of talks behind closed doors with Saul Frank saying, look, just give me strikes. If someone gets a base hit, that's one thing, but we've seen it. You walk and walk. You just, that's how the big innings come.
Harper, center field. Thomas on the run, and Thomas right to the spot. 2 up and 2 down for Ginkel. Giovanni Soto loosening for the 9th.
Harper got that one just off the end of the bat. Still so strong, though, he drives it all the way to the warning track.
Most of the night, the Diamondbacks have been able to keep this crowd quiet. There have been a few swells, but nothing like they experienced in game 2 when they were up early. And in a 10-0 victory, they never let off the gas. There is an anxious fan base here right now. Bohm, a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Ginkel looks confident. The 0-2 to Bohm. Doesn't bite on the slider.
Coming in tonight, guys, we talked about how the Diamondbacks, the key to win this ball game. We said some early runs, settle Merrill Kelly down. He pitched well, and to keep the Phillies from slugging. Phillies only 1 extra base hit tonight, that double by JT Realmuto back in the 2nd inning.
Bohm to the right side. That's going to sneak through a base hit. A little pepper swing by Alec Bohm. He's got 2 hits in this game. And the Phillies with a man on with 2 outs.
Well, it's kind of like when you saw Stott start to go the other way to get back. When you're struggling, the old saying is there's hits the other side of the field. And what that does is that frees you up a little bit. Start to feel like you're playing the game the right way again. And then eventually, you're back to where you want to be.
Gives Bryson Stott a chance here in the 8th inning. Phillies desperate for some runs right now. Anything to chip away. Only 4 outs left to try to cut into a 4-run deficit. The 0-1 and a high fly ball got jammed. And Carroll will make the catch. And Ginkel delivers a 0 in the 8th. Continues his excellent pitching. 5-1 Diamondbacks. Gregory Soto on for the 9th. Frustrating night for the Philadelphia Phillies. Came into this series as a big favorite and won the first 2 games at home. 6-0 in their home ballpark in this year's postseason, but the Diamondbacks have them on the rope, and some Phillies fans are heading for the exits. Getting an early start on leaving this ball game. Citizens Bank Park has been silenced by the Diamondbacks thus far. Gregory Soto will take over this 9th inning. Geraldo Perdomo, the switch hitter, turns around, hits right-handed. Looking ahead to the Phillies' 9th. Real Muto, Castellanos, and Marsh will be due up.
Sewald must be throwing for the Diamondbacks by now. There he is.
Diamondbacks closer. Perdomo drops a bunt down. Soto slipped a little, fires, and that gets away. Perdomo safe, now on his way to second base. Geraldo Perdomo with a beautiful bunt. It looked like Gregory Soto came in, and you can see the divot in the ground where his foot just kind of slipped out from under him.
Yeah, here's a big divot. Good bunt, but watch that foot right here. That right foot, and that's hard because you're trying to get rid of it quick, knowing Perdomo's got good speed.
Yeah, he didn't land on his full foot. He landed on his heel. Replace, please.
Yeah, it's not a golfer, I guess.
Runner at second here. Carroll drops a bunt down. That's going to be a tough play. Soto gloves, flips, and Carroll is retired, but it does move the runner to third.
This is the chaos I was talking about, though.
Yeah, we finally have seen it from the Diamondbacks in Game 6 of this NLCS. You saw a lot of it, Ronnie, in the division series.
You know, they had a lot of slug, a lot of home runs in that division series, so they kind of manhandled the Dodgers, but didn't strike out, put the ball in play.
Soto charged for an error, by the way, on that bunt by Perdomo. Marte fouls it away.
I mean, this is 4th or 5th time we've seen this Phillies infield have to come in tonight to cut off a run at home plate.
Straight error there, not a hit and an error.
Straight error is what
really
took a while to decide on that scoring decision, but that was the rule that came down.
You have as strong as opinion on that as you did in Game 5?
I felt like it was a hit, actually.
Me too.
He slips. It's a tough play.
Yeah,
a fast runner, all that. I thought it was a hit and an error.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
It's E1 on the books for now. That's a big run for the Diamondbacks at third base. Ketel Marte, his 3rd at bat with a runner in scoring position, and a swing and a miss. Soto powers one past him. Out number 2. First strikeout for Gregory Soto. Here's Gabby Moreno now.
Low in.
Two outs in the 9th. Moreno, center field. And on a cool night, Rojas able to run it down. Inning is over. Soto puts up a 0. Last call for the Phillies. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Real Muto, Castellanos, and Marsh coming up against Sewald. Monday night, Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, South Philly. And it has been a Diamondback story in Game 6. They lead 5-1. Paul Sewald the Diamondbacks closer. Another trade deadline acquisition. He has been excellent for Arizona. He gets the ball with 3 outs to go to force a game 7.
9 Ks in his 6 innings of work in the post with 5 saves. This will not be a save opportunity, but is saving their season.
Yeah. JT Realmuto leads off. Realmuto had a double to start the 2nd inning. Scored the lone run on Marsh's RBI. High fly ball to left. Coming in, Gurriel. And there is out number 1 for the Diamondbacks. So impressive. Torey Lovullo sticking with his plan and all that emotion. He even told us, he goes, I hate doing that. I walk out to the mound and I wonder, am I ruining the game?
Yeah.
But he goes, the plan, it takes away the emotion, and he stuck with his plan, and he takes Merrill Kelly out of the game. And he even addressed us a couple of days ago about Merrill Kelly. He goes, if I have to take Merrill Kelly out, he is going to be furious with me, and that's okay. We actually like that. And he was furious.
Oh, well, it makes for good TV. Gives us something to talk about. I mean, look, he made the decision, and you know what? Thompson did his job. Saalfrank came in and threw strikes, and I thought that was the key to the whole thing, having him be able to throw strikes.
Castellanos says swing and a miss. Sewald puts him away quickly.
The plan certainly supersedes the eye chart, the eyeballs, what you're seeing. But you know, someday Merrill Kelly is going to be retired, and his story, instead of 7 innings of 1-run ball in Philadelphia, if that would have happened, will be to his grandson. You know, one night at Citizen Bank Park, I had it working. I had it working.
And they gave me 5 innings.
And I got yanked.
No, he's got to leave that out now.
Oh, yeah.
I just had it working.
Just had it working. For all 21 batters they let me face.
I regret I didn't shake Brent Strom's hand, but other than that.
Yeah. Marsh fouls it back.
So it's interesting looking ahead, guys. If the Diamondbacks get one more out here, you had Gallen, Wheeler, Kelly, Nola. The best pitching matchup we've had has been Pfaadt and Suarez.
That's a good point.
He's getting the ball tomorrow night.
That's going to be the game 7 matchup. Good call.
If you're the Diamondbacks, with Pfaadt on the mound, he's the only guy that's really held the Phillies completely down until Kelly kind of tonight. And Suarez, could there be a cooler customer on the mound for the Phillies? Besides Zach Wheeler, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Well, there he is, Ranger Suarez. You know he's up for it. He has been terrific this postseason. Brandon Pfaadt. And there'll be a pretty firm number on both of those guys tomorrow as well. 18 batters, 15 batters. Be fresh and ready bullpens. Pfaadt was brilliant. Pitched the game of his life in game 3. First game in Arizona. He was just outstanding. Was also taken out.
It'll be go until I don't think you're going to be effective.
Right.
Exactly.
Who's next? Like a barbershop.
2-2. And a called strike 3, and the ball game is over. And the Arizona Diamondbacks have forced a game 7. We will do it tomorrow night at Citizens Bank Park. A convincing victory. Marte with a couple of RBIs. A 5-1 final, a 3-run second inning. Tommy Pham got it jump started, returning to the lineup. He homered in that second. Then Gurriel homered right after him. This is going to be just the 4th time that both league championship series go 7 games. We've got it coming up. Rangers Astros on Fox. We saw it in 2020 with the Rays and the Astros, the Dodgers and the Braves, and we got it again here in 2023. Merrill Kelly might have a few apologies, but he pitched beautifully. 5 strong innings for Kelly. Gave him a big start on the road. And the Diamondbacks, Jeff, hand the Phillies their first loss at home in this postseason.
They put pressure on it. You talked about Ronnie in the pregame. Pham playing with a chip on his shoulder. Gets off to the big home run. Where's the chaos? Where's pushing the envelope some? What, 5 stolen bases for the D-backs tonight? So they were able to really kind of take it to the Phillies in a way that the Phillies had done the other games. And now you got a Game 7 tomorrow night, and I'll tell you what, it is going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of action, and I'm glad we get to call it, boys.
Yeah, it's just nothing like a Game 7. Diamondbacks fans are excited to see this moment. Phillies fans a little anxious, but they still have the greatest home field advantage in the game. Phillies have never had a Game 7 in their franchise history. Of course, the Diamondbacks had one of the most famous Game 7s in their franchise history. Luis Gonzalez and his little flare off Mariano Rivera, Game 7 to win the World Series. Winner take all games. The Diamondbacks in their history are 3-1. Phillies are 1-2 in winner take all games. But we are going to have a Game 7 at Citizens Bank Park, and you know it's going to be rocking. And Ranger Suarez and Brandon Pfaadt will be the two starters to get us going. Well, Diamondbacks have been trying to get Ketel Marte to the plate with runners on. They did that 3 times tonight. He delivered twice. Had an RBI triple in the 5th. Had a single and an RBI in the 7th inning.
And go back to the Game 3 walk-off. We said he is a dude, Ronnie. That was our thing. And in a game that they had to have to keep their season alive, he again tonight showed up big.
Yeah, and Merrill Kelly outpitched Aaron Nola in a ballpark that Nola just does not lose in. 4-1 in his career in the postseason. What a 1.5 ERA.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Well, these Phillies fans thought they were going to be celebrating tonight. They came out, packed the place, and boy, were the Diamondbacks good.
Well, the guy we want to hear from, the pitcher Merrill Kelly, he is standing by with Matt Weiner.
All right, thanks, B.A. Merrill, I want to ask you about how good you were, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you about how mad you were when you came out of this game.
Yeah, I just kind of touched on it, but as a competitor, obviously, I want to be out there and getting through Schwarber, Harper, and Turner right there in that 5th. I figured I'd probably be going out for the 6th. It kind of just caught me off guard a little bit, but you know, that's Torey's job. My job is to pitch. His job is to make the decisions, and at the end of the day, you know, I got to live with those decisions, and at the end of the day, I'm just trying to help my team win, and at the end of the day, if we get the win, then that's what matters.
You pitched well last time out. How did you try to attack them differently this time?
I didn't really try to attack them that much differently. I just think that it came down to execution. The last game here, I missed with a couple pitches, and they didn't miss them. They're good big league hitters, and that's what they do with mistakes that you leave over the plate. And especially when Schwarber and Turner and those guys are locked in, it's going to be tough to kind of sneak fastballs down the middle. And I just think today I did a better job of not throwing them over the fat part of the plate.
Last time you guys were here, you left after a 10-0 loss. A lot of America had buried you at this point. Tomorrow night you get a Game 7. What are you expecting?
I'm expecting some fun. It's going to be fun. Game 7, obviously, they talk about it's the best words in sports. You know, I think the fact that we're here, I don't think anybody thought we were going to take them to Game 6. I don't think anybody thought we were even going to make it to Game 1. I don't think anybody thought we were going to make it past Milwaukee, to be honest with you. So the fact that we're here and it's going to be Game 7 tomorrow, we're going to enjoy it and take it all in. But we're definitely coming out competitive. We're definitely trying to win.
You're here, and it's going to be fun. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
And our thanks to Merrill Kelly. Diamondbacks have forced a Game 7, and they ride that underdog mentality all the way. Well, a World Series berth is on the line tomorrow right here on TBS. Coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern with Lauren Shahadi and the gang in Atlanta. For Ron Darling, Jeff Francoeur, Matt Weiner, and the rest of our crew, I'm Brian Anderson saying so long from Philadelphia. You've been watching the MLB postseason on TBS, exclusive home of the NLCS. Now we send it to Lauren Shahadi in Atlanta. Diamondbacks win it. We go to a Game 7 tomorrow. Take it away, Lauren.